I want to continue shedding some light on the recent changes in the competency-based curriculum, or CBC, here in Kenya. That was done by the government. Beginning 2024, we had a reduction in the number of learning areas and the content in those learning areas across most of basic education, which is grade 1 up to grade 9. Okay. Now, these changes have mostly been, it's been explained as a reduction, and we've seen the curriculum designs that have shown this reduction. But what exactly does it mean? What are the numbers in there? In this video, I want to try and present some of those numbers to you so that we can all analyze them and see what it's all about. I would like to start with lower primary. Lower primary is made up of grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. Now let's take the example of a typical learner in grade 1. For example, leading up to 2023, this learner was doing 62 strands or 62 topics. Now it's about 44. They were doing 223 subtopics or substrands. Now it's about 171. And then when it comes to assessment activities, which to me is the real measure of this rationalization, we had 660 assessment activities across all the learning areas that a typical grade 1 kid would do in a year. Now it's down to 406 classroom assessment activities. That's a reduction of about 38%. So generally, if you can see grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, all of them are reduced by about 38% when it comes to the number of assessment activities. Next, upper primary, that's grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6. And here the differences are different. If you look at grade 4, the reduction in the number of assessment activities is from 835 to 500. Okay, that's about a 40% reduction. If you look at grade 5, 846 to 536 assessment activities, that's about 37% reduction. And if you look at grade 6, it's about a 27% reduction. So not that much of a reduction in grade 6 compared to grade 4 and grade 5. So very interesting the way the rationalization happened there. Quite a lot done in grade 5, not as much in grade 6. Now, junior school is made up of grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. And for the purpose of this analysis here, I'll only focus on grade 7 and grade 8, which are the active classes in junior school right now. Now, very important also in our analysis here, we did not include social studies because for some reason, KICD has not yet published the curriculum designs for social studies. So we excluded the number of assessment activities, strands, substrands of social studies, and life skills in the 2022 curriculum, and also eliminated them from the 2024 one, so that we compare what is there with what is there right now. Another thing to understand about junior school in our analysis here is we selected certain optional learning areas from the previous curriculum, which is the 2022 curriculum. So we selected computer studies and home science as the optional ones. Okay. Remember, in the 2024 curriculum, everything is compulsory. So we selected what used to be optional then to make up the set of 14 learning areas from the 2022 curriculum, but then 9 from the 2024 curriculum. So that's what we are comparing here. Okay. Now to go to grade 7. If you look at the number of strands that a learner taking that combination we used to do in the 2022 curriculum, it was about 80 strands. Now it's 57. Substrands, 304, now it's 221. And assessment activities, which as I say is, according to me, the true measure of this rationalization, it used to be 1,023, now it's 566. That's a whole 45% reduction. So almost half of it gone. For grade 8, it's more or less the same thing. The number of assessment activities from 981 down to 524. That's a 47% reduction. Okay, so as you can see, in junior school, the reduction was substantial. And I think this can really be explained because of, 14 learning areas shrunk down to 9 learning areas. So that can really explain that reduction and that shrinking when it comes to junior school. So it's really that simple when it comes to the numbers. You can see overall there's a reduction all the way up to 47% reduction in grade 8. But then there's still some things that we need to discuss and we need to unpack. The first thing is about KICD. What is going on? KICD produced the first batch of this curriculum designs on the 11th of January. Then it was only some of them. Then they went offline, only came back again on 23rd of January with again some of them, and then updated them again on 25th of January, and still up to now, 5th of February, we still don't have the curriculum designs for social studies. It's causing a lot of chaos in schools. It's causing a lot of confusion in schools. And there's really no explanation from KICD that I've seen. We've actually reached out, several other people have reached out. We are all discussing in the education sector what's going on, and we're not getting any word from KICD with regards to what's happening here. Furthermore, other learning areas which were not identified for rationalization were rationalized. For example, in grade 7 and 8, mathematics, English, Kiswahili, CRE, IRE, there were some changes in there as well. Quietly, just put in there, and yet they were not announced in the original set of in the original communication that came. So all this confusion and movement, to me, caused by KICD not communicating, is really not good for the schools and for everyone else that works in education that needs to plan around a relatively stable environment. So to me, really an appeal to KICD and to anyone else in the space of giving these directives and policy, I think everyone in the education sector would do with more stability. Just like let us all anticipate the changes somehow so that we can all plan around it.